I will just call him Johnny. In junior high, he was abused by one of his teachers. The abuse took a horrible turn. She plied him with gifts, even a car. He got mixed up in alcohol and lots of weed, all while still in high school. He got a girl pregnant, and then another. He had embarrassed his parents and caused them untold pain. One night he called long distance to tell me he had made such a mess of things that he saw no way out. Johnny made it through that night. He went on to get a good job. He got married and has 2 kids now who are as old as he was when everything fell apart. When I get together with Johnny still, I throw my arms around him. He's in his late 40s now. I throw my arms around him and I say, and I call him my little unfinished miracle. My unfinished miracle. I guess we all are, aren't we? Unfinished miracles. Miracles in the sense that each one of us is worthy of wonder. Even just the odds of our very existence are astronomically against us. A scientist calculates the probability of your existing as you at about 1 in 10 to the 2.5 millionth power. They say the atoms of the entire known universe come to about 10 to the 80th power, 10 to the 80th power. But the probability of you existing as you is 1 in 10 to the 2.5 millionth power. That's the probability of the precious incarnation that is you. Now, if a miracle is an event so unlikely as to be almost impossible, then trust me on this one. You are a miracle. But I said, unfinished miracle. Unfinished. In the sense that while you and I have come so far and survived so much just to get here tonight, much less all the contingencies of our everyday existence and all the choices we made over the years to grow, to be better people, even up until now. And even with all of this, this is still just the beginning. And the freedom I strive for, and the freedom I know now, is just so small compared to the freedom I am capable of. And what I've been able to contribute to this world up until now, while perhaps no small thing, is still just scratching the surface of the impact I can have on others and on this world. Yep, you and I, we are far from finished. There is so much unfinished about us and so much unfinished about our world. But embracing the unfinished is its own power and beauty. We want things to be finished. We want to get it done. We want to check that little goal off of our list of to-dos. How much harder it is to live being unfinished. To strive still for completion. To continue in vulnerability. to live with the desire to be whole at every turn. And so to free ourselves of anything in the present that keeps us from being finished, any obstacle. And that for each other too. The truth is, as in all things, we are both and, you and I. We are both and. We are each miracle, and we are each unfinished still. Can we hold both of those realities together? Can both be true? Christmas is an unfinished miracle. Yes, love has come into the world and has lived among us. Love became flesh and blood for our sake, to show us how we can become love now through all the choices we make. Love became us so we can become love. Love became us so we can become love. Never did it fall to Jesus to do it all. Ever. His intention was to get it started. It being a world of justice and peace and the liberation of each and every one of us. His intention was to open the door and to go through it first himself. And now it falls to us to pick up where he left off. It falls to us to finish the miracle. This I know. An unfinished person or an unfinished world invites us to invest in completing the picture. An unfinished person, an unfinished world invites us to participate in completing what was begun so beautifully. How many great symphonies, or paintings, or novels, or essays, or projects, or buildings, or research were left unfinished when the master, the initiator, the dreamer died? And how many times in history did the disciple of that master, the disciple, step forward to complete what she or he had begun? That's what Christmas holds up to us tonight. Which mother, looking at her own child, does not reflect on watching a growing child and wonder, will this child have a finish worthy of its start? Will this child have a finish worthy of this start? Parents have a wondrous expectation for their newborn or their unborn child that really none of them will ever quite totally live up to, ever really. I walked in here tonight with a tiny little baby. She's 3 weeks old today. Her name is Nora. If anything, she is one of those unfinished miracles. How eager her parents are right now at this very moment to be a part of that ongoing miracle. Can we be equally eager to be a part of the unfinished miracles all around us, all the time? Can we be that eager for each other as they are for that 3-week-old little baby? Maybe that problem child of ours, that problem friend, that problem spouse, that problem church this problem world, that face facing me in the mirror, maybe each is that unfinished miracle, inviting our participation. Then those very problems become not obstacles to loving them, not obstacles to loving this world or this church, but each has calling power to invest in that miracle, to participate in what they can become. It is how I see our work here at the Catholic Student Center. In a sense, it's almost like every August, parents drop off their 18-year-old unfinished miracles and ask us to love them. In a sense, that's so true. And in the 23 years I've been here, I have to say it is a greater honor than ever to do what I can, to do what the staff can do together, to come closer to completing what was begun in them by our love for them now, these years. Maybe this Christmas we can see that we have a hand in miracle making. You and I have a hand in miracle making. That with just a few words, or an attentive presence, or my support, or your challenge, a moment of compassion, or a willingness to help, are all part of bringing that wondrous event that is 1 in 10 to the 2.5 millionth power closer to completion. I'm guessing you are ready for tonight or tomorrow morning by now. Your tree is up and the gifts amassed around its base. But on this Christmas night, there is one thing left. What is left is to help finish the miracle.